Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope that you're having a great day wherever you are today. Thanks a lot for being here and for your support as always. It's a very beautiful summer day here, very warm and hot, but I'm drinking a hot cup of tea as I always do. And today I've got a really interesting tea. This is called Three Tulsi. It's by Puka, and I wonder what Tulsi was, so I looked it up, and it's actually holy basil. It's a plant that grows, I guess, around the world, but in India it's used a lot in their Ayurvedic medicines. Tulsi is apparently what's called an adaptogen, and it helps with stress in your life, according to the ancient stories and rituals. But this Puka tea has three different kinds of holy basil in it, and it's a really nice drink actually. And I've discovered, as I have been with a lot of my hot teas, that they're great when you pop a couple of ice cubes in and just have them as an iced tea as well. So that's my drink for today. I hope you've got something fun, maybe a coffee or tea, juice, whatever you love. But just thanks for being here. Whatever you're drinking, whatever you're thinking, just thank you for your time, for your support, and just for your amazing presence here in my life. So I would like to, first of all, thank our sponsor, Puritans Pride. We love talking about health and well-being because this is what is critical to everything else that we do in our 60s. So you can check out the Puritans Pride website and find out about how using nutrition and supplements can actually help you live a fuller and happier life in your 60s. So thanks to Puritans Pride. Now, today's topic. Okay, I'm going to have some fun today. It's a hot day. I'm going to talk about fashion. I just went to UK, and the UK has something which is really amazing. They have them all over, but little thrift shops. They're charity shops, and they support various causes, and people bring their clothes there and their other household extras to give away, and they're sold at a really, really low price, and they're just fun to visit. But one thing I noticed when I was there was how much the old fashions, the old kind of boho clothes are coming back into fashion. And so I just made the observation, and I actually had a few pounds extra as I was leaving town, and I bought a few tops. And this is one of them. This cost me, I think it was about £3, and it's just a short-sleeved sort of animal print. And this is one of the things that is coming back into fashion. If you go to some of these shops, you know, the high street shops, you'll see that there's this trend of boho, 70s, 80s clothing, you know, ruffles, embroidery, glitter, all that kind of disco clothing that you wouldn't expect. But it's all back. And the fashion really kind of reflects our history, the way of living, and the priorities. And I think this is a bit of a time where people want to be having fun, you know, just enjoying clothing, not spending a lot on it, but, you know, focusing on things that make them feel good and feel, especially older women. I think we like boho clothing. And my lipstick is so hot today. Anyway, here we are. So the revival is here. There's certain things you have to be aware of, though, in saving your old clothes. And that is that some things don't keep their age very well. And some things are, you know, they last forever and they come back round in circles. And I think the point here is that fashion without some kind of utility doesn't really last very long. So if it doesn't work for you, the textiles doesn't last. I mean, to be honest, I just bought a top at a local little shop. I mostly like the color. It was that peachy color that I adore. I washed it 3 times, and I had to throw it away. I didn't even want to give it away because it had lost all its color, and it had gotten kind of what's the word, natty. It was just not pleasant to wear anymore. So there are some things you can get cheap and cheerful, but they don't last for very long at all. Now, so fashion revivals can be just like the product, but they're usually always like a little bit of a modification or an interpretation of what came before. So here's some guidelines for nostalgic fashion items that I think you can look out for when you're in charity shops or estate sales, and things to be thinking about. And by the way, before I forget, I wanted to remind you to stay with me till the end of this video, because I've got a special gift for someone today This is a really special gift. One of my friends and people who make a product that I use personally gave it to me to share with one of our people in the community. And I wanted to share that with you. So stay with me here. This fashion may not be your thing, but I guarantee the thing I'm going to mention at the end will be. So anyway, fashion. Let's go back to fashion. Textiles. So yeah, the textiles are of the older clothes are always, in my opinion, a higher quality. They tend to be not synthetic, and they don't absorb sweat and moisture as much. They're just cottons and linens, natural products that don't become tired or pulled like that top I described, and they actually don't cling to you in hot weather. They actually really make you feel good. And so I think that textiles, the texture of the textiles is really important when you're looking at clothes that might come back. Another thing are patterns. Now, I'm not a pattern girl. I don't wear patterns at all or very often. But this top I really liked. I just thought it was really sweet. It's a pattern, but animal prints are different. They seem to last forever. Stripes, zebras, I don't know what animal this one is. It's a variation or a mixture. Zebra, leopard, ocelot, all these animal colors are always in fashion. Same with botanicals. I was looking at some handbags today online. I mean, I think it's Orla Cayley. I can't remember her name, but she makes these amazing bags with botanical shapes and designs. But anyway, there you go. They seem to always be circling around in fashion. And they tend to be kind of, like I said, modified for the style. So this is, maybe not the style that you'd wear. It's got kind of little gathers at the top. I don't know whether you can see that. But it's really kind of sweet. It pulls around, and it's just a little different than a simple plain animal print top. Now, of course, don't forget, our bodies change, our silhouettes change with time too. So you can't pull that item off the rack at a Zara or H&M or one of those other boutique shops that sell beautiful older clothes, appearing clothes, and think they're going to look great on you, because a lot of them are shorter, some of them are tight at the waist, things that your older body maybe doesn't deal with too well. So that's another thing, and that reveals body parts that we really don't want to reveal. So that's something to consider. Shoulder pads. I actually wore shoulder pads. I had a jacket. It was pink and it has shoulder pads. And I was actually wearing it when I met my ex-husband on the train. And so it must have had some pull. I don't know what it was, but it was a nice jacket. But I very rarely, I don't know how random that comment was, but I don't know why, I don't like big shoulders so much, but that particular suit came into my mind as I was thinking about it. But anyway, it's there, not so good on a small, petite women either. It kind of overshadows, but shoulders are back, and I've seen them in some of the high street shops, and they're designed for millennials, but they look good on a lot of us too. So what lasts? As I said, leopard, animal prints, they're going to be around forever. In fact, I was reading in the UK, there's this skirt. I think it's a company called ASOS has made. UK women will know this, but it's a wraparound skirt. And apparently it was worn by a celebrity or somebody, and it's now sold out 3 times, and they can't keep it on the shelves. It costs like £20, so it's not expensive. But this silly, I think it's a zebra skirt, has just it's taken over the summer fashion in the UK. But so animal print. Leather jackets never seem to go out of fashion either. My friend Maureen will be happy to hear this, since she has a collection of probably 30 of them or more. But she looks great in all of them, and so leather jackets are always popular. Classic sneakers never seem to go out either. And in fact, I've seen sneakers this year with flowers on them. They're like floral sneakers and embellished, with jewels and beads. So they're classic sneakers, but as I said, they've got this modern twist. Another thing is blazers and trench coats. Now, I have a trench coat that I've had for years, and I wear it every time the rain comes. I love putting it on. It's actually a perfect coat for the rain. I don't wear it too much other than that. But when I travel, I take it, because it's one of those coats that you can scrunch up in a little ball and stick it, above the airline seat or on the train, and you pull it down and it just falls into place. So blazers and trench coats are something else. Fanny packs. I've written a note here, fanny packs. They are back. I don't like fanny packs because they make my big tummy and hips look bigger than they already are. But yeah, they're back, and mostly younger people now are wearing them. But I just yeah, Susie Grant, one of great blogger, she's really fun. We're going to talk later in the year. She has a blog on fashion, and she was doing a video on packing, and it was a really good video. I should advise you to go to her site. It's alternativeaging.com, and she was talking about packing, and around her little waist she had this fanny pack or a bum bag, a little bum bag I think we used to call them. But anyway, I don't think they're that cute, but smaller versions are probably okay for most people. Anyway, vintage, it's fun, it's frivolous, it's easy to wear. And as older women, honestly, we don't really care that much what people think, do we? Go for it, have fun. So I'd just like to know, would you like to wear vintage clothing? I will go back to the question in a second, but I don't want to forget that I've got something to give somebody. Okay, so here's the deal. We have, as you probably know, a website, 60andme.com, all words, 60andme.com. A lot of you see these videos on Facebook or on YouTube, and you don't go over to the website. And you would not believe the articles that we have there. We have got so many cool articles written by a number of bloggers, by ourselves, by people. We've got news items, interesting what's current in the world, fun stories, humorous things, and serious articles, things on downsizing and travel, cruising, all kinds of things. But I want you to go out there today to the website, 60andme.com, and just take a look at the homepage there, dig in a bit, go down further if you like, but take a look and just read a couple of articles. And then come back here to YouTube or on Facebook if you're there, and tell me what article you liked the most, which one you found most appealing, which one did you enjoy reading? And I'm going to pick one random name. Seriously, it will be random, but I've got one beautiful little jar of something called Growing Younger Gracefully. It's a facial oil. A lot of you have asked me about my skin. I've got almost 70-year-old skin, and I honestly think, regardless of the wrinkles, because they're there, my skin is in pretty good shape, and I've been using this oil now for 2 years. Sheena Sarles is a woman I met in Bali. She makes this at home, in her home in the States. Honestly, I say this hand on heart. I have no affiliation with this company. I get no credit, no commission, anything like that for selling or recommending this product. I just love it. And I just think that if you're going to invest in a skincare product, this would be the one thing I always carry with me. So it's called growingyoungergracefully.com. I've got one big jar. I don't know how many ounces this is, but it's quite large. And it's a beautiful skin facial oil. It's got in it, I'll read the ingredients. Grapeseed oil. It's got vitamin E, frankincense, which is awesome for older skin, rose oil, lavender, and I haven't got my glasses, but I think it's helichrysum. Anyway, the little card comes with the oil. But anyway, if you would love this little bottle of oil, I've only got one right now, but please go to our website, and then come back and tell me which article you loved reading today. And I'll choose one name and we'll send this off to you. And we'll do more of these competitions, I think. We'll do little fun giveaways. I've got some ideas, and maybe you do too. But please be sure to go out and tell us which article you like on the website. Okay, we've gone over today. I hope you enjoyed this chat. I'd love to know, going back to our article, whether you wear vintage fashion and whether you think they're flattering for older women. Look forward to your comments on the articles from our 60Me website, plus this topic of fashion, vintage fashion. And I really do thank you again for being here, and look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.